So today we need to give a bit of a shout out to one of the absolute goats of the ARK community, someone that has been around since the very early days, like pretty much the start of when ARK Survival Evolved first came around, because not only has he just posted a brand new video with some upcoming stuff that's coming to ARK Survival Ascended, which is really exciting and looks really cool, but Mr. Dolphin has been around in the ARK community for such a long time, and this picture for me is so iconic. I remember it. I remember back in the days, like, is this like 2016 or something? I'll have to wait and see what Mr. Dolphin says, but it's just, you know, just such an OG photo. And I know he used to play and stream so much of Survival of the Fittest back in the day when it was first around and in its most popular form, which is what's really sad, right? Because Survival of the Fittest used to be super popular back in the day, and this is its kind of last chance to really kind of make something happen. So today we're going to be checking out the brand new footage which has been leaked at ChinaJoy, which is the event which took place, and people were able to take a little bit of an early look at the new Survival of the Fittest gameplay that's coming along and everything like that. But if you don't follow Mr. Dolphin, be sure to, a very loyal player to the ARK community as well. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. It really supports me. So Mr. Dolphin posted out saying Survival of the Fittest gameplay, thanks to Yo-Yo for finding this. So former ARK champ, so big shout out to Yo-Yo. And Mr. Dolphin said, leaked ARK Survival of the Fittest screenshot. It seems it will or resembles the never released desert map by Evil Mr. Frank, which Evil Mr. Frank has actually just left Studio Wildcard, if I'm correct. He put out saying after 10 years, I will unfortunately be my last day working on Survive the ARK. I got my start creating the center map, and since then I've had a hand in every DLC for both ARK Survival Evolved and Ascended. He actually, so this is the leaked screenshot, and as you can see, you can actually see the desert here, and we get to see some really like kind of like up close and details of what's going on here, like and then Mr. Dolphin says, you can see what the map was like. Not sure it looks the same, but looks like it might go back to the Hunger Games style rather than Battle Royale. So kind of more like a Hunger Games style. Is this a higher quality photo here that Mr. Dolphin posts, which is really, really awesome. And I do think... okay, yeah, so Mr. Evil Frank said, I can't confirm from just those pictures, but if this is happening, then this is super awesome. It was always sad that this never got released. So I'm going to be leaving Mr. Dolphin's YouTube channel in the description down below as we watch along with this with some of the most awesome new features that have been shown for Survival of the Fittest new footage from ChinaJoy. Let's give this a watch.
Hello, bro, Mr. Dolphin here. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the new footage.
So already, from breaking this down, if we go to this here, it says start matchmaking, and I mean... does this look different? Like, to me, does this... I mean, I am hoping... so you can see that's the logo there. I am hoping so much that somehow this is going to be a separate game mode from the main version. I don't think it is, because what I mean is I would love it to be like a free download on Steam, because I know you guys have heard me say that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. But as you can see, start matchmaking, and then it looks like it says the island here.
New footage from the...
so I mean, this is the Snail Games booth, and apparently Snail Games are also going to be at Gamescom this year too.
Survival of the Fittest that was shown at ChinaJoy. This exclusive video I was able to find.
Look at this! Look at this! This is like the first, like, look at the new Survival of the Fittest mode.
And I'm going to talk to you about all the things that was shown here.
Wow, okay, let's run that back quickly. You are outside the ring, and as you can see, there's a slot here for chibis, and there's a doa there in their inventory, and if we see, it also shows 273, and it's like kind of token based, which if you played the second version of Survival of the Fittest, which I played so many hours of, and you can go and check out my old streams that are still on YouTube now of when we did that, you used to be able to like kill certain dinos, and like each kill would give you basically points to be able to upgrade and tame new dinos, because they're making it like more fast paced. You can see some like weapons, there's like a grapple there, there's tech weapons at the bottom there, the amount of ammo, the amount of tribes left. This all looks the same with player kills, dino kills, and then this is the ring, which is the same from the old version we played too.
So first of all, this is being made by Studio Sirens, the same people that make ARK Aquatica. This is not made directly by Wildcard. So let's get that out of the way first. So it seems that they're adding some of the mechanics from SOTF 1.0 in the new version that came out last year, so maybe 2 years.
Okay, look at this. Like, this isn't the TLC ferry yet, is it? But it's actually showing a survivor attacking one, and that like as Mr. Dolphin says, like this does look like kind of a, it does look like kind of like very similar, some of the features. I didn't want it to completely change because I really enjoyed the version I played beforehand, personally. I still thought it was fairly fast paced. The main issue with it was just that I found what I found with it is it was just very like hard to get into games and play your next game. You'd have a really fun, exciting match, especially if you made it to the end ring, and then you would just be sitting there for like half an hour to find a game.
Years now, but one of the things we can take away here is from the beginning of the video, and I will post the full video on the comments. This will run as a mod, as far as I understand. There seems to be that they added a workshop.
Yeah, because that is, Mr. Dolphin said, yeah, so we were told that this is going to be a mod for ARK Survival Ascended, and as you can see in the background, it does look very much like the background of Ascended, which makes me believe they are, again, in the game like they said. But yes, he does go on to say, there's a workshop. Can you see that at the top?
And you can start a matchmaking. There's an option for matchmaking, which is thing you can select there's different maps for this now, because I know you can select the island. There's another map that was shown, and there's another desert map that it was shown there. Another part of the video you can see there's the wheel from the new version of SOTF, where you can just quickly switch from one weapon to another.
Yeah.
Also, seems to be some changes to the UI menu where now you can have 5 dinos on your slots.
Yes, 5 dinos in the slots there. Ammo at the bottom, so kind of like different things that you'll be able to pick up to help you get around the map too. And this looks like this is the final ring that they're in at the moment, so I do think the utility items are going to be very helpful, because if all your dinos die, which by the way, this is what, basically, one of the metas back in the old Survival of the Fittest, it was a bit of a naughty one, but it was the Thyla. So I used to be able to use the Thyla, level it up to level 3, and then it was so incredible for movement, so I would easily get myself in the final zone, and the damage from them was so good too, that I was literally taking down Rexes and Spinos, which were like kind of the best. If you got a Spino or a Rex to the end zone, you could actually bring a Carcharodontosaurus as well, or a boss, but the Thylas are so broken in the old version, so I'm definitely going to test that out to see if they're available.
And your weapons also highlighted on the bottom right. Bottom left is your dinos with a maximum of 5, so I'm not sure what I can tell.
So I just wanted to add something in. Again, sorry to interrupt Mr. Dolphin there, but the chibi slot is making me wonder, is there going to be in the future, like, this is the reason I wanted this to grow in its separate life compared to the other game. I wanted this to be a separate world to ARK Survival Ascended. Obviously, still have all the base stuff. Is because I think, if this is successful, they'll add in, like, a battle pass to be able to get cool chibis and cosmetics for this, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Skins, nothing that makes anything pay to win, and it's more like cosmetic outlooks and stuff for a Battle Royale Hunger Games mode, I think is the best way to grow them in terms of, like, financial aspects, rather than making anything pay to win, because instantly you're just going to dig yourself, just destruction.
From this video, does that mean that we will have a max of 5 dinos? That's an interesting change. There's also, like, so part of the video you can see that they added like weapons to the game again, which was removed from the last version of SOTF. So we're going back to 1.0 mechanics where we have kit scan weapons and things like that, as well as a mix of the new systems from the new SOTF, where you have the wheel menu, which makes it easier for console players overall. I think it's totally fine.
Definitely.
The fact that we will have matchmaking, leaderboards, and
hey, and you're seeing something here, right? So you rank number 1, the amount of player kills and damage dealt. Then it says next match in this amount of time, which is like a couple of seconds, and you can return to the menu. And at the top, you've got, I think that's home. Then you've got experience, and you've got rewards. Now, I saw many people over on X saying, is this going to be a little bit like Club ARK in terms of like, are you going to be able to like go in, play a game, get some rewards and win some rewards and bring them back to official? Now, I personally would rather it kind of be like separate from that. I think it would be nice to see it as its own standalone thing, which I think that's what the plan is. But it's interesting to see what those rewards are going to be. And they said that they're really working on like a progression based kind of system for the game to make it more like people want to grind to something, rather than just seeing a leaderboard and seeing, wow, I got to number 1. An actual reason for you to level up and move up to the next ranks.
This reward system, I'm assuming it might be like a battle pass or something like that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, if you want to watch the full video in the comments below, a lot of the translated the interviews, most of the interviews are just people trying out the game mode for the first time, or they didn't know that ARK had a battle royale. So,
well, this is the thing, like what he says there, like most people don't know that ARK has a battle royale mode because it was so popular back in 2016 when, people like myself and Mr Dolphin were playing that version of Survival of the Fittest. Sadly for me back then, I was very young, so like my PC could barely run this game, and then obviously I was mainly a console player onwards from there until I got my new PC, because I couldn't really be able to run it, so I was always terrible at it. But because my software, it was just so laggy. But I love Survival of the Fittest so much, and generally I know it's not your casual ARK experience. I know it's not going to, it's not that experience where you are going to be, it's not that experience where you're gonna be enjoying your, people play ARK for their survival, they play it for even like role play aspects, all of that kind of thing. That's not what you're going to get from Survival of the Fittest. But if you're in that mood, you've got a bit of an ARK craving, maybe you still have some PvP cravings in you, but you're a PvE player now, which is, by the way, a lot of PvP players have retired in Ascended and have moved to become PvE players now because they just can't keep up with it. But because life just gets busy. But this gives you that kind of aspect of, I want a bit of PvP gameplay, I want fast action, I want a bit of excitement, and I want to grind something new. I just can't get around my head. I'd love Mr Dolphin to watch this video, hopefully he does. And in the comments, it's like, what's your thoughts on being able to keep the player count high for this? Because what really does worry me, and every time I talk about Survival of the Fittest, I was seeing if there's going to be anything hidden in the background there, but something that I was really thinking about is, how are they going to keep it popular? Because I do find the main issue that they've had with Survival of the Fittest for so long is that they've put it inside the game, on a game where people aren't that interested in Battle Royale. So that's why I always say constantly, over and over again, if you make this a standalone game, which is a free download alongside ARK Survival Ascended, like they did in the past, where you can download ARK Survival Ascended for your survival experience, Survival of the Fittest for your Battle Royale Hunger Games mode, then drop a crazy awesome trailer to promote that you can go download it for free now on Steam, and then see how it does in the Steam charts. Because, like, there is a whole different type of, whole group of players out there that love those game modes and love that genre of games that would be more than interested to try it out. But when they have to buy ARK Survival Ascended to then be able to give this a try, I just think they're less likely. And then when people try it out for free, if they did it that way, and then there was a battle pass that they could purchase, and there was in-game cosmetics and stores like how they do in Fortnite, like how they do in Marvel Rivals. I know that's not Battle Royale, but you know what I mean, like a cosmetic store. If people enjoy it and have that great experience for free, they might end up wanting to spend some cool money on some cool cosmetics, and you can really see things like that grow. So I personally still am holding out for hope somehow. I don't know why that's going to happen, but they have said that it's going to be a standalone mod, so we will see how it goes down. I just don't want to see Survival of the Fittest fall to its death again. I really don't, and I feel like that might happen unless it's like really addictive to the point that people in ARK Survival Ascended actually like, wow, this is so addictive, and they get like the main player base getting and diving into it a lot more. But I want to see the wider community in the gaming industry giving this a shot, and that's why I would hope maybe one day, but all we can do is hope, as I said, my guys. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you to Mr. Dolphin as well for sharing this video with us, and shout out to Yo-Yo as well for posting this footage out there. But anyway, guys, what's your thoughts on the return of Survival of the Fittest? Will you be giving this a try? There's no release date at this very moment in time. It was meant to come out in July, but it didn't happen. It looks like as well we've got some, is that a wyvern or some dragons going on? Oh wait, they're just playing the standard version of ARK here, that's why. But yes, really appreciate you guys, and I hope we'll get some form of release date on this soon. Maybe after Gamescom. We'll see. See you guys in the next one.